So, yeah, 4 days old dishes that I plan to do. It is now 5 p.m. Pretty, a pretty overcast day for Florida. I woke up at 2 p.m. today. I guess I better get things done. I'm definitely embodying this channel of live life lazily. Perfect way to start the new year. Forgive me for any ambient noise. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock at night. We're finally getting a much cooler weather in Florida around the 40s and 50s. So I do put on my heater a bit, so you might hear it pop up from time to time. So hopefully, yeah, we can get into this. I best suggest that you can watch, but this is probably a listening to type of video, and you're free to just draw with me or plan out your own plan out your own goals and stuff. So it's a bit loosey-goosey, but this past year, with the exception of everything else that had happened, there was a few wins. There was some few positive. One of the things was my gardening. I already spent my first year in the house, and I cook more. I actually gained some, lost weight. A lot of time people use the resolutions as losing weight. But anyways, let's get into it. So first off, I'm going to say let's do something for art, right? My handwriting is not that great, but let's say artistic. Yeah, for an artist, I definitely don't have great handwriting at all. That is one of the things that I wish to get better in. So is calligraphy, or rather handwriting some of the things to make myself a lot better. So artistically, I've posted about this before, but I genuinely feel that I have receipts to show that I have not done as much creative work, and since I'm ahead of in art channel, right, I should draw more. My work has definitely been burning me out quite a bit, but artistically, I think even though I kind of backtracked at the start of the year saying I'm not going to do a 30-day challenge, I think this coming year I really do need to complete a self-imposed, so let's write that as to say complete a 30-day self. Especially if you haven't been in a rut, like if you have been in a rut and you've been feeling the funk and you just not have been drawing, like as me, the same as me, I haven't drawn anything other than at work. This has been a bit difficult for me. So I think this will help kind of like, it's almost like going into a new diet or something. Hopefully that'll jumpstart myself into doing it, and I'll actually track it. Now, when I'll do this throughout the year is who knows, but hopefully, actually, let's go ahead and make a deadline on myself and say summer. Like I said, my handwriting is horrible, so let's say practice handwriting. Yeah. Calligraphy / handwriting. Handwriting. Because as you can see, this is pretty much not legible. And then after that, there's just a couple of things that one of the questions, actually, let me go ahead and check out all of these questions for you guys, because it's also supposed to be that. Alright, so the question is from Neftali, I believe a fellow Caribbean sibling. The question asks if I planning to do longer comics or any mini comics. And then after that, there's a request for doing accessories on characters. So I intend to have a pretty long list of what I plan to do for my YouTube for this year. And whether I do a long comic, more than doing a comic this year. So the answer is yes. I intend to eventually go back to doing some comics. Whether it be a long comic or a short comic, I am uncertain. With so many changes that has happened and based on my prior habits, I think for Eau Claire, which was 65 pages, it took about, I want to say 2.5 years for me to get that done. And then the comic prior took some time. So I'm thinking that I really need to just sit down and really evaluate on how to get myself to draw more comics. But I think this also comes into the fact that I have not lost per se, but I definitely need to practice my character drawing. So we're definitely going to do some heavy character drawing practices. Now, typically with goal settings, you're not supposed to do something so generic like heavy character drawing practice. Like you need to be like step by step. But for my personality, I've noticed that doing exact step by step is basically just sets me up for failure. What I like to do is the fact that I like to track my progress. So I don't say I'm going to do 5 characters a month. It's more like at the end of the month, I track to see that I actually did at least one. So it's more of tracking my progress. But that's because I know myself. I'm going to constantly call after myself or remind myself that I have this to do, I have that to do, I have this to do, I have that to do. So it would not be as though I just don't remember it, or I can't build like a routine within a routine. Very Atomic Habits and stuff, which I don't know about you guys, but have you guys been watching a lot of these like how to build good habits and all that stuff? I think I feel like the whole world has been watching that in the last couple of years, between like Marie Kondoing and Atomic Habits and, you know, digital, like there's like a bunch of books like that. But yes, I will be doing comics eventually, probably in the next few future. So I will say instead though, I want to complete a novel type story. So complete one novel. And for the novel, it's like it's a kind of, I'm deciding whether I want to write a new novel, which is Human by Design. I believe that's what it was called. Yeah, Human by Design. Or actually take the comic that I stopped because I felt I was hitting a wall, which is Cross Star, which eventually would become the comic, right? Or if I should really heavily revise and edit Axiom. The novel will be online for free. So if you have thoughts about writing a novel or, you know, novel stories or web novels, you know, let me know. Perhaps let me know where it's best to post them besides Tapastic. Maybe your thoughts on those or any pet peeves that you would like me to avoid. So there's that. I think for art, I think that's it. For personally, for art, I think would work. Because I have like a pad of Scribble Scrabble for me to work on. So I think, yeah. So I think my last one, and I'll leave this last one empty, but the one I'm going to write right now is to use up more of my traditional media. So use up more Alrighty, so right now I am going to go through all this mess and find out exactly what my next, I believe, 22 videos for this year will go through, and the videos that I'll plan for my art channel. That is what I'm going to work on mostly to see what people are into. So I'm going to go through the comments that people have left for requests, and planned on that. As far as this channel that I'm on right now, Live Life Lazily, I do have like an idea list If you have any thoughts or questions or requests, by all means leave it down in the comments below. But I do have a general idea of what to work on next, since it's just kind of like a following through kind of thing. So yeah, so I'm going to work on the list right now and things like that. Having a super late night meal. Basically just some chicken, green beans, and whatever on brown rice with sweet peas here. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So it's like 9 p.m. right now that I'm eating this. So yeah, I better go to sleep.